They say that knowledge is power, but we say only if you know where to get it. We are the council, and welcome to the Gossup, where we bring the whispers, the facts, and the stories that matter. Stay locked in.
Welcome to the Gossup.
Welcome.
Yeah. Girl, where the DJ?
As always, somewhere being lazy. That's why he has that name, lazy. Okay. Somewhere just probably sitting on the couch. On the couch with a bag of chips or some popcorn. Doing what he do best. Being lazy. But I'm actually kind of glad he's not here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
That is not right. We know that for the viewers that are watching, he is on location doing what he knows to do best. He's out DJing for this weekend. So we want to say, now this half of the Gossup want to say we miss you, DJ.
I'm glad you said this half. That's a good way to put it. I like that. That's a good way to
put it that way because I already know.
You already know what time it is.
On that end
you
time.
already know what TIME is.
Girl, I like that outfit. How you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. Actually, my week has, it's been pretty decent, I would say. Just tired. I don't know. It seems like as I get old, I just get tired.
Don't say that.
As I get younger, I just get tired.
Well, because it is in the air.
Okay. Yeah. The air is bad. Our air quality is bad. I heard that on the news this morning. We're number 39.
Out of 200.
I know. And then my county was one of the worst ones too. Anoka County was part of that. So maybe that's the reason why.
I'm telling you, it's some dust flying.
Something is in the air.
Something is in the air. Because I've been tired too, And maybe it is because we're getting older, but maybe it is younger. The dirty air that we breathe in.
I know, you don't know. That's what I said. It could be the dirty air though, because like I said, I was at the hospital, thinking I'm having an asthma attack or something.
It's that air quality.
So it could be that quality of air that we have, that good quality of air.
Come on, Minnesota now. Y'all messing up.
They not being Minnesota nice with that air.
They being Minnesota nice. They being Minnesota stingy.
You get to work on that part.
Well, girl, I'm doing pretty good. And yeah, I've been busy, but I've been also tired too.
I know. I don't know what it is.
And I think that it's just not enough time in the day. Because, you get up, then it's next time it's time for you to go to bed.
Exactly. And I only, I get up at 5:30 every morning. So it's like, soon as I lay my head down, it's time to get up.
Oh my goodness.
So it's kind of rough.
Well, better days ahead, because we're getting ready to experience some longer days, being that the time is changing.
Right.
When does that happen?
I thought that already happened.
No. I think it happens wait, girl, did the time change? See? Okay.
That's why these days be like 8 o'clock or whatever.
But normally it gets dark. Well, maybe that's in the summertime. It get dark at around 9. That's what I'm looking for. I can't wait to look forward to that.
It does get dark a little.
Well, are you ready to get the show started?
I'm ready. Let's get it started.
Well,
rack-a-lackin'.
Let's get the show on the road. Top story. Top story today is about Shamar Elkins.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody know about this story if you are on
Earth.
Look,
if you on Earth, you know about
side of town, ain't it?
I know.
Shreveport.
It is so close to home.
Whew. Well, let's check this out.
Well, I mean, this is a horrible act of violence, unlike anything we've ever seen in our city. This whole community is hurting, and as police officers, we want to do what we can to support our community.
And they're going to need all the support they can. This morning at the Live Desk, we are following that tragic story out of Shreveport, Louisiana. 8 kids and a suspect dead. A live look over that community this morning as we start a new work week here. According to police, 7 of the 8 kids belong to the suspect, who is being identified as Shamar Elkins. Elkins also shot his wife and another woman believed to be his girlfriend at the scene. Police say he then carjacked a person at gunpoint, took police on a high-speed chase, and eventually was killed in a shootout with cops.
This is nothing but pure evil. We can have 100 new police cars. We can have a brand new, beautiful, multi-million-dollar police substation right up the road. But until we stop this violence, the cycle of violence, like I've said over and over again, we're going to still be standing here, and it's only going to get worse.
And according to police, most of the children were shot as they were sleeping. This is some of the information about the suspect here. Investigators say the suspect served in the Louisiana National Guard from 2013 to 2020. From that time period, he was also a specialist, never deployed, arrested back in 2019 for illegally owning a firearm. So a little more about the suspect right there. We'll follow this story. A lot more expected later this morning from police updates as they break here at the Live Desk. Jan, back to you.
Wow. Oh my goodness, girl, what is going on? They said that it has been the worst.
I know.
Ever.
And like I said, what makes it so bad is because it's normally, people killing people they don't know or whatever, but this was his own kids for the most part.
Ooh,
with the exception of that one.
Lord.
Seven.
They said that now he was married and he said some things like they were saying to his wife that if she was to ever leave him because she had threatened to divorce him before. But my question is, how would he think that he can mess around, have a bunch of other outside kids, and then don't want her to divorce and ran down after doing what he did to the wife, ran down to the girlfriend house and took the 3 kids from her and shot her too.
A couple from her? Yes, that's crazy.
It's
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now there's devastation amongst several families and a whole community.
Exactly.
People that have to go there, like the EMTs, police.
Yes.
All of that.
Yes.
I mean, that is a huge loss.
A huge loss. And I mean, just looking at, like the mayor and all those people. I mean, she was like really hurt. I mean, everybody's like in tears, even like some of like people, the police and stuff that was talking about it. You can kind of hear them like even choking up, it's because it's like, who does that?
Senseless.
I mean, your kids,
But one of the things that they were saying is that the 51-year-old gentleman who gave him the firearm, he wasn't even supposed to have it. He's facing up to 15 years.
Whoa. Oh, I didn't hear about that part.
Facing up to 15 years because another lady, unknown, allegedly, purchased the firearm for the gentleman. And he gave the firearm to Elkins.
That and just went and shot up anything that moved.
Unreal.
That is so unreal.
Yeah.
You just think about like what could be going through his mind at that time? I mean, where I'm done over here. Let me go to the next house,
I believe he knew because they were saying something about, mental illness is real.
It's real.
And being stressed out, being overwhelmed. I think he had some other things going. He had been in the National Guard, but I think he had some other stuff going on with him. But to do something like that.
Then you just think about these women that's fighting for their lives. And then you come out of that trauma and then you got to hear, oh, your kids are, I mean, and now you going back. You said they gonna have another setback.
They're going to be. This is going to be felt for decades because even the sister from the wife, him going over to the the sister's house because the wife was living with her sister, and she ran. They said up her and her daughter ran on top of the roof and she fell and broke her hip. Well, she broke her hip because she had jumped to escape.
Exactly. Her and the girl, they was able to.
Well, we want to send our condolences out to that family and to anybody who is affected by this trauma. This has been one for the books, but also in the top story. Now, when we podcasted, I believe it was in 2024, we talked about this young man, David DV40 is the artist's name. If he did do this, he was finally arrested for the unaliving of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a young 14-year-old.
Wow.
And she was found in the trunk of his Tesla. Now, they say that because she was going to share or tell that they had been intimate, that it was going to hurt his career, and that's the reason why he did do that. But don't he know, I don't think he's really realizing, and people don't realize when you do further damage, you're ruining your life even more so, because he could have went to court and did his time or whatever for, being intimate with a young girl, but to be accused of her deletion from the earth is crazy.
That is crazy. That's definitely crazy. I mean, and what else could he expect from a 14-year-old?
Oh my goodness.
What I'm saying? It's like, okay, her mind is still developing, so you shouldn't expect her to make grown decisions.
Oh my goodness.
At the age of 14. So for her to say something like that, I mean, that should be expected. It's like, I mean, what else do you expect?
Well, I think what happens is, there had been a lot of speculation of him being on these young sites, where they're playing games, these gaming sites. And this is where these older men and young men are meeting these kids. And I think, speculation is saying allegedly. That that's where he met her. They started talking. She was head over heels for him because he was a young artist coming up. She was starstruck about him being an artist. And then, supposedly fell in love with each other, got some tattoos, matching tattoos. 14 years old. So he's 21 now. She would have been 15 if she was still here. And now he's got to go through the courts and made justice prevail. I'm hoping that the family feels, comfort in knowing that if this is true, that he was the person who have done this, that justice will be served.
Right.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable. I think people need to really readjust themselves and really evaluate.
Yes. That needs to be done.
It's not worth it.
It's not. At the end of the day, your life is gone, because if something, you know what I'm saying, if it is true then your life is gone too. I mean, what are you gonna live for? They're gonna pretty much, like I say, stick a fork in it.
Yeah,
You're done.
You're done.
Another one.
you
Another
done.
one bites the dust.
You done.
That's crazy. We're just losing our lives over crazy stuff. I mean, things that can be definitely avoided. Just use your head that's on top of your neck instead of that one that's underneath your waist. That would help out a lot. I think, personally, I think that would help a lot.
Girl. I ain't heard that in a while, but that's true.
Yes.
That is definitely true. But in other news, couples news, I wanted to say something good so that we can start gossiping up, but I know you done heard about Tina Campbell, Mary, and her divorce.
Oh.
Yeah. They say that her husband, Teddy Campbell, filed for divorce earlier this month. And she's getting a lot of backlash from it. And I don't even know why. She already going through what she going through, but people always want to pick apart different people
situations when they're not even part of the situation. Don't know what's going on.
And for me, I don't think it really matters whether or not she have shown her life out in the open on the reality TV show Mary. I think that people, even though celebrity or not, are normal. They put on their pants just like we do.
They bleed just like we bleed. Everybody else bleed, That's it. Their money just probably be much longer than a lot of our, hours.
Who knows?
Right.
Who knows
I said maybe, but
and
that's it.
Yeah, she really deserve both of them deserve time to resolve this. They've been married for from what I've heard, for over 25, close to 30 years.
Whoa, that's a long time.
That's a long time. So they share kids, and he has a daughter outside of the relationship that they have had, an older daughter. And it's just really sad to see people come to an end in relationship, but we wish them well, both of them, and
everyone deserves happiness.
Everybody deserves peace. Peace you can't pay for,
and
so with that being said, we really wish them well on their next journeys, wherever it may take them. And who knows, it may bring them back together.
Never know.
Yeah.
Never know what life has in store. We just have to wait and see.
Never know.
There's a lot of twists and turns.
It's a lot of twists and turns, highs and lows.
Yes.
Life is a roller coaster.
Yes.
Well, the question of the day.
It's the question of the day.
The question of the day is from the people. The people want to know, well, some of the people, because some people don't care. Is Mayweather broke? Now, he's supposed to be fighting Pacquiao in September in Las Vegas. And it's supposed to be an exhibition fight. But they're saying the reason why he's fighting is because he's broke.
Well...
So the question of this evening is he broke? Let's check it out and see. Now he was counting a lot of money.
He was counting a lot of duckies.
That money he was putting in bags. He can give me some. I could have counted that money for him.
How long ago was that? It's the other question. I don't know now. When was that video recorded? It don't have no time of day stamped on that. That could have been like, hey, that could have been in 2020 or something, 2021.
And what, he refurbished it?
That's right.
And brought it back.
He was like, memories. So that's why he's like, I'm going to fight Pacquiao so I can get back here again. He's trying to get back.
Well, he's going to be, to my knowledge of what people have been saying, he is going to have a comeback from the money because he has struck a deal with one of those platforms. I don't want to say the name of the platform because they ain't giving us nothing, but
I know.
He struck a deal with that platform, so I believe he's supposed to be getting a really nice piece of change. Him and Pacquiao.
Okay.
So if he was broke, rich broke, because that's the difference. People say the difference between rich broke
and broke
and broke.
Because if we go broke, we gonna be broke. We ain't gonna be rich broke.
Rich broke or broke. So in that, I just want to say, Mayweather, if you need me to help you, if you need an extra couple of hands to help you count that money, oh man,
eyes here. My math skills is really pretty. My math skills are great.
You know what? Because I might not be able to do nothing else, but I can definitely count me some money.
I'm telling you. My little tablet on the side there. I stopped at how much? That was 10 there. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
Count money better than a money counter.
I'm telling you. The bank money counter don't got nothing on us.
No money counter. Come over here to the girls.
I'm telling you.
The other question I have you ever been traveling, like on a trip, and you're driving and you stop at one of these restrooms at the gas station, go in? Have you ever seen a lock on the women's bathroom, on the outside of the women's bathroom?
Outside of the women's,
on the outside.
Why would it be a lock on the outside? I need to get in and out, right? I don't need to be able to get in and can't get out.
Well, let's check this out.
This is the perfect example of if you see something, say something. I will be checking the top of every women's restroom door from now on. So a woman discovered this locking mechanism on the outside of the women's restroom door in an Exxon gas station near Texas A&M campus. And it's important to note that the men's restroom did not have this lock on the outside of their door. She shows right there, look, no lock. So what is the reasoning for this? Reports claim that over 400 women go missing in this area every year. This is the address of the exact gas station. This is an industrial grade lock, and the woman tested it and she confirmed it works. And this lock would trap whoever was in that room in that room. Someone ended up contacting the fire marshal when this video went viral, and the gas station employees were forced to remove the lock. So they didn't even really have a reason for the lock. They couldn't tell the fire marshal why it was there and only on the women's door. That's so sketchy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. They need to go to jail. Whomever the owners or whoever owns that, they need to go directly to jail. It's like Monopoly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You going straight to jail.
Girl,
straight there. That's crazy. It's just sitting there abducting people. Well, that's a good one. Let's go in there and get her. Lock her in there. Who even thought of something like that?
Hey,
that must be like some sex trafficking kind of technique or tactic.
Well, now, you know what? A lot of times when people go use the restroom, if you really, really have to go real bad,
right,
you really don't be paying attention to nothing. You're just trying to get to that bathroom.
It'd be like, I don't want this wetness on me.
Girl. But that is unbelievable. So we want to, just tell women, men, everybody, be safe, be careful,
and look at the door on the top of the door.
That's right. Be
of the restroom.
When you're going into any public bathroom or any bathroom that you're traveling or anything, make sure that you check everything out. Nowadays, you got to do that.
You have to. Next, you gonna be sitting on the toilet.
A hand gonna come up from the rim. The hand gonna come up.
Grabbing it up, putting it on in. Oh, shoot.
Girl,
these people full of tricks, boy. Tricks and games.
Oh, my goodness. In other news, check this out.
It's your girl Tammy. We got a surprise for you guys today. We're going to be introducing our first seed box for the month of May. It's called the Rose Box. What if one gift could say everything without saying a word? Introducing a seed box, a custom gift experience designed to impress. Inside, you'll find a premium bottle of liquor, 2 elegant glasses, a stylish pair of shoes, and a matching bag, all perfectly curated in one sleek package. Whether it's a birthday, celebration, or a special moment, C-Box turns any occasion into something unforgettable. It's more than a gift. It's a complete experience. C-Box. Give better. If you would like to purchase one of these boxes, you can get that at info@thegossup.com.
Did a good job explaining that C box.
You know, I do what I do.
I see.
I think I'm gonna have to go to voice class and get a little bit more sexier. So
you have a sponsor who is sponsoring the C boxes, and that is the C box for the month of May. And we really want to encourage you guys, if you want a custom celebration box of whatever kind, get in contact with your girls. Well, it's time for our review. Now, this review, ladies, we got to do better. Check this out.
Please tell me what I did wrong here, because according to her, I was the one in the wrong. And even if I had wanted a second date, she would never go out with me again. So I went on a date a while back with a girl I met on a dating app, and we agreed to go to dinner. Picked this nice little Italian place and made a reservation for Friday. We show up to the reservation on time. However, our table isn't ready. So we head to the bar. At this time, I was taking a 30-day break from drinking, but I told her I'll order her whatever she wants and we can just hang while we wait for the table. She says, tequila on the rocks. Okay, what type of tequila? She goes, 1942. I did say you could get whatever you want. I'm not tripping. We'll probably only be here for one drink anyway. So we're chatting a little bit and we're about 10 minutes in. I'm looking around to see if any of the other tables have gotten up. It's not looking good. I look at her and she's looking at her empty glass, kind of shaking it around. She looks at me. I go, do you want another? Of course she does. Now, me personally, I have a 2-drink maximum on a first date. I'm not trying to get hammered, but she's going for number 2, 42 on the rocks, and we haven't even sat yet. So clearly, she doesn't abide by the same rules. I order her the next round. 10 minutes later, I order her number 3. Right before they finally come to seat us. Thank God. We sit at the table. She starts looking at the menu and goes, let's get everything. I'm starving. Now, this is something I can do. I figured we'd go through the menu a little bit, find some mutual items to share. No. The waiter comes over, she takes the lead and quite literally orders everything, including another 42 on the rocks. By the time the food finally comes, she's on number 5 and it's visible. On and off, she's got the hiccups, she's extra giggly, and she's gone to the bathroom at least 4 to 5 times. 4 appetizers, a salad, multiple pastas, and 2 entrees later, they all get plopped down on the table, and of course, she's no longer that hungry. I certainly can't eat it all, but I'm gonna damn well try because I hate wasting food. So I do my best, but there's a ton of food left. Before she can even get her next drink, I ask for the check and some boxes. At the very least, I'll have food for a day or two because that pasta was bussin', and I know it's gonna make a good dinner tomorrow. So I pack up all the untouched entrees of chicken and fish, a full pasta, and 2 full appetizers. I pay the bill. I say, let's get out of here. We gotta get you home. How did you get here? She goes, I Ubered. Okay, perfect. Let's get you an Uber and I'll wait here because I drove. So we wait for an Uber. It finally gets here and she's ready to go. We say goodbye, give each other a hug, and then she grabs the entire leftover bag. Hold up. Where are you going with that? She goes, I'm taking my food home. Oh no, I was kind of looking forward to that. How do I save this? So I said, do you mind if I get the pasta then, because I really liked it? In between her hiccup spasm, she goes, I was planning to have that as a late night snack, plus I'm the one that ordered it. Well, technically, you ordered everything. Okay, that's okay. I'll just grab the chicken then. She's appalled. No, that's mine. I ordered it and you ate your half already. Whoa, I didn't even eat close to half. There was way too much food. The Uber driver is now getting restless because we're in the middle of the street. Okay, is there anything that you don't want that's in that bag? She looks at me appalled again, and with another hiccup, she goes, I can't believe you're trying to steal all my food. She's visibly upset. She stumbles over to the Uber driver, and she tries to slam the door in my face. Hold on. The Uber driver's looking at me like, can I drive away? Should I wait? We're both in this awkward position where we're just both staring at each other, while the girl's just sitting in the back, looking straight ahead like I don't even exist.
She messing it up for all of the other women that's coming behind her. That's all I have to say. She messing it up. Like I said, messing it up for everybody.
She messing it up for everybody.
Oh, she ought to be ashamed of herself.
How are you gonna order one of the most expensive shots and continue to order? Then you want to order all the food on the menu. He can't take no noodles home.
Don't want him to take nothing. He done paid for all this food, but you was talking about, I don't want nothing. But then all of a sudden you want something? No, you go get what I give you at this point.
You know.
Because you should be happy that I even paid for the food and I'm still here.
He was such a gentleman.
He was. I would have told her, especially if we got to that third and fourth drink, I'd be like, that's gonna cost you, right?
Look. We heard you. But I would love to hear her side of the story, because it would be interesting to see what her perspective would have been
for doing
something like that.
Greed.
Yeah. Some people mess it up for the good ones.
Yeah, I'm telling you, greed. That's the only thing I can see.
Speaking of messing it up, it's time for our crushing segment.
Calling all lovers in disguise. Do you have a secret crush? Have you been holding on to that juicy little secret that you're dying to spill? Whether it's your best friend, coworker, or someone totally unexpected, if you're bold enough to dare to be different, we want your story. Come reveal your crush on the Gossup podcast. Let the world hear your heart, and who knows, maybe love will find you on air. Slide into our DMs or email us at info@thegossup.com.
Great news. Now, we've been trying to connect our girl Charlisa up with somebody. We've been trying to connect other people up with some people, but we decided we're going to do it a little bit differently. We are calling all participants in our crushing segment.
So we're looking for all the single and also couples too.
That's
as
right.
Well.
Especially if y'all competitive.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that would probably be me. I need to win too.
Well, we gonna see. We gonna see.
It'll be a threat. If I don't win, you don't eat.
Oh my goodness. Vincent, you better watch out. But we want you guys to seriously get into our DMs at info@thegossup.com and become a contestant. We want you here on our podcast, and we also want to grow our podcast. Now, I know that we have only been doing podcasting for less than a year, but challenge at least 100. Now, we only got 30-something subscribers, but I want us to do better. We want at least 100 subscribers. At least.
That's right. That's not asking much.
That's not asking for much.
So tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend.
That's
right. You know, that kind of stuff.
It's time for Dear Counsel.
Oh, dear counsel. What we have? What the council need help with?
Yeah. So, dear counsel, I am an older married woman who have been going through a situation with my husband. We've been married for 5 years. We lived in a certain city. I don't want to say her city, but had issues and moved to a city with her daughter. The husband was looking for a job. The daughter did help him with a job working where she works. And they started to get a little cozy, the daughter and the husband.
Oh.
Now, the husband is a step husband or a stepfather to the young adult daughter. So the daughter's boyfriend moved out, and the mom moved out, but the husband stayed living there. What should she do? Should she file for a divorce? Should she go to counseling and try to work it out? I mean, you tell me what you think.
Baby, divorce. I would have left. Even if it was at midnight, I would have been at the door at the 4 hours waiting on them to open. I just would have took my little blanket. I've been just sleep in the parking lot. Waiting on it to open. Please serve these papers. Please serve these papers. And my daughter. Oh my gosh. Baby. I mean, I'm going to have to love you from a distance.
Yeah.
At that point, I have to love you from a distance for you to disrespect your mom like that. I have no words for you.
You agree with Tammy. The council has spoken. You would have been not only divorced, the daughter, after I would have whooped her, I would have went old school on. I would have got the belt. I would have went old school.
You'd be like, evidently I didn't do this enough.
I should have been did this.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
The council has spoken. So we want to know what y'all think.
What are y'all thoughts on that?
We want to hear y'all's thoughts so that we can comment on what y'all been thinking. Because if y'all thinking what we thinking, y'all all on the
that's
same
what I'm
page.
saying. We all on the same train. Choo choo.
Get on board.
Things have to what?
Come to an end.
Oh.
Come to an end. We want to say thank you guys for watching. We miss DJ now. We gonna see you next week.
It's not we. That's the wrong word. Now I'm gonna give you time to correct that. Okay.
Well, this half of the gossip.
You can just say I. Okay, that's just referring to you. That's one person, you. Okay.
Well, some of the other council members. I'm speaking for the group.
For some of the other councils. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about you and I. Because there's not no we when it comes to that.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait until he get back because they're going to be fighting. And we got some goodies for y'all. So please like, share, subscribe. And don't forget to turn your notifications on so that when we come on, you won't miss an episode. We are trying to reach 100 at least subscribers.
We can do it together.
We can do it together. We can do it.
That's right.
Until next time, stay up with
the gossip.
That's it for today's episode of The Gossip. If today's conversations got you thinking, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so you won't miss an episode. Until next time, stay up with The Gossip.